Hi. So it is Thursday and it's 6:30. So pretty much what I've been doing literally all day after I did my workout was work on the comic. Because I got the marker done, so then I've been working on the pencil all day. To be fair, I've also been watching like movies on YouTube, and some of them I've never seen before. Others it's been like a while if I have seen them. But we're all done. So tomorrow morning, my plan is to take the final bits of video of whatever I need to, and then get it posted. So at some point, either tonight or in the morning, I'll be putting the video together, doing the voiceover, and moving on. Is the plan. So now I'm kind of thinking, if you can hear that, someone out there I think is trying to pump their tire or something. I thought it was a vent, but it's not. It's somebody like right outside. They're on like, there's like 2 rows of parking in front of there's technically 3 rows of parking, so they're on the 2nd row of parking. But they're like, still in front of my window. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on Aaanndd. I think for the rest of the night, I gotta take a picture of this one so that way he's done. Try and get him as close to being done as possible. And then I can work on the other 2. Only because I have markers on my desk that I'm using for the drawings, so I still gotta finish these 2. I have some here and then here. So I need to finish up his stuff so I can put them up and get them off of my desk. So I can put more on there that I'm gonna need when I do the other characters. Because some of these I just randomly pick just for like the floral aspect and stuff, nothing. That's pretty much it. I have an energy drink, but it did not working. I also haven't finished it yet. I've been taking I take sips throughout the day. I don't drink it all at one go. But as for flower-wise, there we go. So this is where we're at. So this one's actually got an extra one. And there's a little baby one. This one, I accidentally tore the leaf. I feel kind of terrible. So that leaf is gone. Because I was picking these up and looking at their roots. Because some of them have super long roots now. So pretty cool. So I was just kind of looking at them, and I accidentally grabbed that one and tore the leaf off. So I said, well, shit. But here are these. So this one's actually going back up because yesterday it was literally sitting like this. Like it was almost touching this. So I was like, okay, that's weird. This one's doing probably the best though. These 2 still have not grown yet. So this one wasn't growing for a while. So I actually cut the shell in half. And as you can see, it's it's sprouted. So I kind of crushed both of these, like you can kind of see. Seeing if maybe that'll kind of help break it up. If it doesn't in a few days, then I'll just get rid of those. And put some more in. But everybody else is still doing relatively well. Even that one's gotten a little bit bigger. So still making good progress. Obviously I could have it done faster, but I'm still waiting. Because the other option is just kind of go out and get the adult plants now. But I was trying to avoid that, but I might have to. And just look at getting some succulents and air plants as well. So that might be a next week adventure, is what I'm thinking, because probably next week I will also be, but depending on how far along those are, I might be buying pots, but I don't know yet. I could still buy them in preparation, I suppose, along with soil and such. Luckily, most of them need the same kind of soil or fertilizer or something, so if they need to be fertilized, so that's not a huge problem. So that makes it easy, because I would only need probably 1 bag of potting soil and a little bit of fertilizer and whatnot and be good for now. So that's pretty much what's been going on, so nothing super crazy. Because I'm thinking tomorrow will probably be kind of a heavy computer day again, like how yesterday was. It's supposed to be today, and normally Fridays I have off, but because I need to finish that comic really bad, I couldn't. So depending on when I get Aaanndd done, he might be next week's video. If not, it'll be another drawing, which I'll have to figure out what I have written down. because on my Notion I have them down for like the videos that are supposed to be done every week. So I actually need to update that and switch some stuff off and then highlight others because I have them highlighted. So I need to do that because it's one of my series drawings is next. I almost want to say it's another Elements one or is it a month one or something? It's one of those. So that'll be the video for next week or the week after, depending. So I might use Aaanndd since he's almost there. It's kind of where I'm at. And then I have the other 2 drawings I'm also doing of him. So that might give me a little leeway if I can post those maybe every other week at the moment. And then that way I can prepare other drawings to kind of have them as what I'm thinking to kind of help myself. Because I am cutting it close with these videos, but that's just how it is at the moment. The other thing though is like if I really don't get them done, I don't get them done. It's not that big of a problem. But at least we're making progress in both places that I need to at the moment. I did get the store updated with the new drawings with Clover and the Fire Dragon of the products I have. No surprise, no sales. What else is new? But I did post them. So it's fine, because then maybe next week I can start posting the making of the products, I think is what I might do, to kind of promote them a little bit more, and then I might put out an ad, just to at least have something, just to try and see what goes on. Especially while I sit here and kind of start updating more things and like working on stuff that doesn't need to be done. No, should I? Probably, at least just to be proactive. Obviously it's not gonna be perfect, but I don't know. I'm just trying to like help and just do what I think is necessary, so. But it's fine. Gotta do what you gotta do. And then for the garden thing, I'm still thinking of the name. And then I do need to look at the extra background bits that I need to do. So that way I can start working on those as well. I gotta do that. Like, I know how to set up the business and like apply for it since I've already done it. However, it's just all the permits and stuff that I would need right now. And then the ones I can wait till later on to get. Because obviously I don't need everything. So I just kind of got to look at that. So I think one of them is kind of like a nursery certificate. Or at least like where you're getting your flowers from. So if it's kind of a both I'm growing them, but then I'm also buying them from somewhere maybe. So we'll see. But I know I got to have that. And probably some other stuff. So that's also just other things I need to be looking at. And whatnot. And then potentially at the end of the month, I will have to go to my parents and stay with the dogs for 3 days. So we'll see how that goes. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do in between those 3 days, because obviously I can't bring everything with me. Can I work on ebook stuff? Yes. Will that happen? Probably. So we'll see. But every day I'm getting closer to accomplishing my goals, which is important. It's slow progress, but every day it's getting closer. Yes, I wish it would go faster. So that's what I'm thinking, is that probably next week I probably should go and get whatever flowers I can, because I have a Walmart 5 minutes from me. There's a Lowe's the opposite way, but I don't know if I have a Home Depot. And there's no I don't think there's any like flower shops nearby to kind of see, because like I have a list of flowers that I need. So there's not anything like nearby though. As far as I know, the other option is just ordering online and getting them delivered. So that's also other possibility. But we'll see. So I guess I will continue on with Aaanndd. And then we'll go from there. Because tomorrow will most likely just be a heavy computer day. So that way I can start marketing, because I have a huge list of things I need to do, both for art store wise, personal, and for the garden stuff. So I'm like, I gotta get things done. But at least this weekend I know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type up notes, because that's what I did last weekend for 12 hours while I was at work. Was I just brought stuff to type, because trying to be proactive somewhere as best as I can while being there, because obviously there's things that I could do, but I can't because I'm at work. So it's a struggle bus. So I gotta figure out what I am gonna do. So versus just coloring in my coloring books, I'm like, let me be productive and try and get what I can done and out of the way. So that way later on I don't have to deal with it, you know? I don't have to waste my time here that I have off. Because I've literally essentially wasted the entire day coloring. I guess it's not a waste, but that's what I've done all day. So, yay. But if you want to watch the comic video I did, it'll be up by the time this video goes out, so you can go watch it if you want. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm also like, I also got to work on notebook stuff too, so I can get my little notebooks out and get those redone. Oh, hell. I forgot. I also got to get business cards ready and the backing cards ready just in case someone does order. The backing cards, I'm just going to print myself. I'm just going to put them on regular paper, like super tiny, nothing super fancy because most of it gets rid of anyway, but just something to pop the stuff on. So I got to do that too. But those I essentially have done already. I just got to take a picture of them and get them a little bit fixed up. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, there's not really anything I do with those. Those are simple, but the business cards will definitely be the issue, so I also got to work on those. My tablet's charging, so I was watching movies on it all day, so now I'm going to switch over to my laptop. Is that a smart choice? Probably not, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's either that or turn my TV on, so like, I'm not really in the mood. But okay, I'm going to stop so I can get working on Aaanndd, because I got to make food soon. Or Aaanndd. I keep calling him Aaanndd. It's Aaanndd. Aaanndd is a dragon. Aaanndd is a stego. I don't even know my own characters' names. That's bad. Bad. But I'm gonna get working on him. But yeah, I gotta make food soon. The problem is one, I don't want to cook, and two, I'm not really hungry at the moment. But I mostly just don't want to cook. Is the problem. But I have to. Because I'm not gonna go drive out and go get food somewhere. I don't like doing that. And I don't order stuff in. I've never had one of those ordering in apps. And I never will. So, yeah. Alright, well, I guess I'll get started so I can maybe at least get one of his drawings done tonight. And then I can start working on a next one. Because I get done with with these three, then I'll start working on the next dino character. And just go in order and just do it that way. I think, because there's definitely a lot I have to do for these. But it's fine. No one's asking for them, but I think it's just a good little side project to kind of just work on over time. And also just start working on getting these like little art portraits done for him so I can get them uploaded on the store at some point. Yeah. Yeah, that's the game plan for now. It's fine. Oh well. It's fine. Okay, well. Anyway, I will come back if there's something interesting or I've made improvements somewhere. Alright, so it's now Friday, and I'm on the laptop, so I've kind of been typing. I got the video up and ready, so that's done, ready to go, ready to be watched and whatnot. I also did my post. So I'm pretty much just on the laptop, waiting for my food to cool down, because it's been in the oven, so I'll freaking eat, because I'm kind of hungry. I'm also watching YouTube, but I'm on the laptop, because I have a huge list that I have to accomplish, among, like, just, like, the overall list, and then I have, like, little lists and other things. So, possibly. So, here's the overall list that, this is kind of where my brain dump page, where I literally just throw everything on here, that I'm like, oh, I need to do this, do that, and stuff. So that's what all this is. And now, so the problem is that most of this stuff, I either have to use my phone entirely for, or it involves my phone to get to that point. So I was like, oh, because I didn't really realize that until I was looking at this, and I'm like, because some stuff I can't even do until I do something else. So now that's a whole situation, so I'm like, that's absolutely lovely. So what I decided to do to be somewhat productive in between is I have this. So this is 35 pages. of essentially my garden business layout, along with just other information I got from ChatGPT, and then flower info. Okay, I have 35 pages. Okay. So what I decided to do was I was looking at Google Docs and I found this like little project proposal outline. So I was like, oh, perfect. Because the colors are going to be green, pink, and yellow just for flower purposes and like because gardening is green, if you think about it. So now I'm just kind of writing stuff down. I'm sure some of this will change over time, but I just need to like organize the stuff on Notion. And then, because I took everything off of Notion that I had for the garden business and I put it into this document. So wait, I could start copying things over to organize everything because it's all just one big jumbled mess. It's in two different places. Like originally I had some stuff over on Notion, other stuff was on Docs. So I was like, I need to put it all in one place. So then I just found this, which I was like, okay, this is not bad. So this is like just general, like here's what I still need to get done, which I'll probably add on from here. But this is what I know that still needs to get completed. And then now I have milestones. So my thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like beginning and then kind of growing into and just other stuff. And then also probably like flower information too is what I'll probably end up doing. So I can start copying stuff over here and then some stuff I can put back into Notion, like specifically specifications, make sure I'm getting it completed along with like any overall information. So it's just another heavy laptop day, but it's like I gotta do stuff with my tablet that I have to like do. There's more notes that I'll work on, which I have this stuff here, these books. So I'll probably just take care of that stuff over the weekend again because I got 12 hours at work Saturday and Sunday. So I'll probably just type up some more stuff. Is it 100% necessary? No, but I'm still gonna do it. Yeah. I'm just doing it because these books are kind of big, especially this one. So I just want to kind of break them down to what I think is like more important information to kind of quickly like go through and just look at stuff. So that's what this is. Like it's really just computer heavy. But that's just the way it is. So, you know. So I'm trying to get through stuff, but it's just taking a bit. And I still gotta do laundry and stuff here soon. But I probably won't do that till after I eat. Because I gotta take a shower just so I can get laundry going. So it's a whole thing. So I have not drawn. So almost with the art thing, I'm wondering if when I get the videos done, I get them done. That's probably what's gonna especially here soon because my plants are still in the process of growing. So that's why I'm like next week I'll probably have to actually go out and either get plants that are already available and start doing that or something. But after I get done with the comic video, I started working on Aaanndd, so he's almost done. I still have, or Aaanndd, I keep calling him Aaanndd, it's Aaanndd. Aaanndd is a dragon. If only I could remember my own characters. So I still got to get his pencil done, which will probably happen maybe a little bit later. But again, there's a lot of things I got to do on my phone to get off of my list, so it's fine. I'll figure it out. So that's why I'm like, let me just do this, because then I'm like, also stuff I gotta do on the tablet. It's a lot, but it's fine. I'm trying to figure out as I go. So I figured, let me just do this. Because I'm literally at kind of a standstill. Like, I could start applying for stuff, but there's still some other things that I still need to have done first. Like, when I'm, like, for setting it up, the business, I still have to figure out a name, which I'm still having a hard time with that. So I'm still trying to figure that out. So I gotta do that. And then also any licenses and permits that I need right now. And then ones that I can wait on. So I gotta look at that too. So, because for the most part, I'm pretty much ready to go. So that's also why I'm trying to get all my thoughts organized on here. So that way a little bit later I can kind of, when I'm applying for stuff, it'll be easier to kind of take from here and just either shorten stuff down or, you know, copy paste. Pretty much is also what's going on. And just to kind of get rid of some of these documents that I have, because I don't obviously need every single one of them, but just to get rid of some. So that way it's, again, and just keep everything relatively in one place. And that way some stuff I can take from the document and put it back into Notion, just so Notion's a little more organized. So, because I have a huge list of stuff I could record for the garden business, but some of it I obviously have to wait on until I get the plants. That's why I'm like, if I can, I should go ahead and get ones that I can now. And then start making videos with those and just start posting stuff. Especially while I'm in the process of waiting for everything to either get finalized or the website, which the website's going to take a while. I already know that, so I got to deal with that too. So that's why I'm like, what am I doing? It's just a lot. That's also like drawing wise too. I'm like, I might as well just sit here and just do it. At least get this done, and then I can work on the tablet stuff, I suppose. Because that's for the art business, because my intention was, and then back and forth on the phone too, I suppose. Because my intention was, I'm like, my day's off, I need to kind of do at least one thing for the garden business, and then one thing for the art store business. And then YouTube video. Like, I really need to do that, and then whatever else I can think of, like all these extra little bits I have that are personal, I also got to do that. So, I know where to start for the personal. I wonder if I can access that online. Because one thing is, what I wanted, I have Rocket Money, which I pay for. I just decided just to get it, just to kind of help myself, which it's nice. Especially for saving, because you can automatically like choose to save. So I started off with $1,000 because I go on a cruise at the end of the year. So, and then I'm buying a room by myself because I'm going with my parents, because it was, the last day is actually on my birthday, so we get off on my birthday. I'm also not working on my birthday. I refuse. That is a time for enjoyment, nothing else. So I put in to save up for $1,000 because I think the room is like $700-800, and also casino money. I'm not addicted to gambling, but my dad got me into it last cruise I went in, so I figured let me go ahead and be smart, because last cruise I didn't save up. I just wasn't thinking about it. So now I am, so I'm like, okay, so the one option for saving is just $1,000, so that's what I'm doing. So it's going into my savings account. So, which is kind of cool. I think I've probably close to 500 now, which is fine. So that's doing pretty well. So I'm starting there, and then maybe I'll choose saving 1,000 again, or go up higher, or a different option. Like one option was saving for a house. So I need to get that in order to do some other stuff, because yeah, one thing I want to do is build up investments. Like I have a little bit, like I'm in the stocks right now, but obviously I need to do something more than stocks. I'm not freaking out about the stock market. And honestly, best advice from what I've read is just stay in it long term. Don't buy and sell. You're a trader at that point. You're not an investor. So I'm like, I'll just stick with it. And I put money in every month. Not as much as I should, but something's better than nothing, especially at the moment. And then there's also some other investment things I want to look into while I'm also trying to build up these businesses. So the art, that's kind of in the back seat for the most part. Like I'm still going to try and work on stuff. Like there actually is stuff I need to do for it. I got to do that too at some point. But I'm going to focus on getting the garden thing situated, so that way I can work on building that up. Because I got to do both. But assuming that the garden thing might actually do well, the art thing will probably take a back seat. And then I'll still work on it when I can, but it's not going to be at the forefront of my focus, just because there's no point in it at the moment. I can still try to build it up, but I'm not holding out for it, not now. Also, I was looking at webtoons because chat gave me some, because I was asking like how to like, make your characters better known, because I have my stories. So one thing it said was using, like I already use Instagram and YouTube, obviously, because I post me making the comics here on YouTube, and then Instagram, I have a separate page where it's just the stills. So I might actually end up changing that up though, where I might do kind of a quick video of like going through them, and then do a carousel of the stills, I think is what I'll do, just so it's maybe a little more interesting. I think, and also just to kind of retake pictures and make them look a little bit better. So probably should start working on that now that I'm thinking about it. I need to make a note of that. But I was looking at maybe doing like webtoons, but I was like, well, because I have traditional art, I don't do digital, and it looks like most of it is digital. I'm like, can I do that? So I saw a quick thing where it said yes, you just have to kind of format it a little bit. So I might have to look into a little bit more. However, if I can do that, I can use my tablet. If not, they said Clip Studio was good, which I do have Clip, but we'll see. So that way I can start posting comics on there too. And it looks like you can post multiple stories, which is good. So at least I can post my 6. But then it's also, on the other hand, I'm also like, well, I also want to do like Patreon stuff where I can start making mock-ups for that and like subscription boxes. Obviously, I don't know how good of an idea that's going to be right now, considering that it's not going anywhere. But it might be kind of fun to like have something available now and just start posting about it and just seeing if there's any interest. But I probably won't even really work on that. I mean, only because of the minis. That's why I was thinking about it, was do something a little more with my minis. So I don't know. So it's just a lot of thought process. But we'll see. So I guess I will at least get back to typing and copy pasting because I have a whole bunch of stuff already typed up. I just gotta transfer it. And we'll go from there. That's my thought process pretty much. That's just kind of where I'm at. And then that way next week we can go out, I suppose, and get some stuff to start making and hopefully have a name by then. Because that'd be nice. Because I also got to make sure like it's not on YouTube too, just so it can be different, but it's more specifically like registered in the state of Florida. I got to make sure that the name is not similar or it's already taken. So I got to do that too. It's just a lot to do, but it's fine. I'm trying to get through it. That's why I was like, let me just be a little bit proactive, try and get one or two things off. But again, most of it has to deal with the phone. But we'll see. I'll see if I can access Rocket Money on the internet, though, because if that will save me so many problems. That would be fantastic if I could do that. Because then maybe I could get something else knocked off my list today, which is Fidelity, which, because my business has a 401k match, I stopped doing it, but now I'm like, let me look back into it. Because if it's something possible, then I probably should. Like, I already have some money in there, but obviously I need to get back into it. I've stopped it. I haven't been doing it since like July, which is bad, so I need to get back into it. But I'll have to see if I can do Rocket Money a little bit later, if I can access it, because if, that would be fantastic. So we'll see. But I'm going to stop for now. Yeah, if I do art, it'll probably just be on the tablet, just so I can start like business cards and whatnot and getting that stuff prepared, essentially, is what's left for the time being while I'm working on Aaanndd and everything and getting his designs done, which I don't know when that'll happen. This next store update I'm not in a rush for. Like, it'll happen when it happens. Probably next week I'll probably start also just uploading, making the products, at least a few of them, just to kind of get that thrown out there, because why not? And going from there. And for the video next week is a seasons drawing, which is fall. But will that actually happen this week? I don't know. If not, I could probably post Aaanndd, or there won't be a video at all, and we'll just go into like a video like every week, possibly every 2 weeks. I don't know. So we'll see. So I guess let me get back into this. I'm just not going to show it because it's boring. I'm just typing. There's just nothing to show. But I'll probably show you the aftermath of how long it is after. So we'll see. But I'll be back at some point. Alright, so I managed to get everything that I needed to switched and whatnot. So this has now gone down. So this is very just flower specific of how to take care of the flowers, which I will need for later on. That's all that this is. Between flowers I have available now and then any succulents and air plants. So that's what all that is. So I got it down to 12 pages. Eventually this will probably go away if I get everything online. But oh, I could make this shorter actually. It's fine. So this is now 14 pages versus 35, so we cut it like way down, surprisingly. But this is just kind of stuff that I just need to do essentially, and then just kind of what I have. The longest is going to be the sub boxes, but this is just different types along with any packaging specifications or something. And then just packaging like the air plants and the succulents and just like regular flowers. Pretty much is what it is. So, and just little extra bits I could possibly do and include if I wanted to. And then here is the care card, which will be needed. And then this is what I want to eventually get into doing, is what all of this is. So I have flowers available. By that I mean like seeds that I currently have that I was able to get, and then what I still need to get. So essentially this is my list of flowers I need to put down that I still need to look out for. A lot of this is the succulents and air plants because I don't know who has them available near me, so I gotta figure that part out. Yeah, so that's what that is. And for the notion, so we got it way down. So again, I just pot some stuff over. So this is the goals for what I would like to eventually do, what I still need to do to actually get this up and running, and then essentially just broken down of what I'm going to be doing starting out. And then I can change it eventually as I go on, you know, to what is now available, to like what I'm adding, that kind of thing. And then this is still just stuff that I kind of need to look into a little bit. So it's like some garden names that can, I mean, those would be more for like raised beds markets, which it looks like there's a few. So I got to figure that out. Uses for like the plants and whatnot. And then this would also be like a way later on situation. So, but I got all that done, which is great. I mean, did it need to really get done? No. Did I want to? Yes. So now I do feel better about it because now stuff is actually separated the way it should be versus like being, you know, just into one document. It's actually separated. So at least now I have like the proposal. So I know what I'm doing and like I can kind of have them a little bit more organized. And then maybe later on I can go back in and like maybe organize it a little bit more with like putting in certain sections of something similar. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, but at least this is done. It wasn't really on my list, but it was also just like something I was thinking about that needed to get done. So now I just feel better that it did, even though I still have many things I still need to do. But it's fine. So, I mean, to be honest, a lot of this has to do with drawing itself. So the only thing I can really do to get business, like garden stuff going, is to go ahead and buy plants to make videos with and get that set up. And then I have to like, I guess, source materials of where I'm getting like certain packaging, and which honestly will probably just be Amazon, in all honesty. And then I have to start setting up pot examples and whatnot of what could be sold. I mean, to be honest, I could make quite a bit of content starting, especially while I'm in the process of getting everything approved. So yeah, next up would just literally just be licenses that I need right now for it. And then when I get that, and then picking out the name, and then yeah, that's all I really gotta do to get it started. So that's why I'm like, do I just want to wait then? So I can go out next week and I can get whatever plants I can get might actually just end up happening. I know that's dumb, but that's probably what'll happen. Because again, some of this stuff can't happen unless something else does, but it's also stuff I just need to do in general. Yeah. But at least I got it done. So I did something. But one thing I do want to look at is the Rocket Money thing. So probably just stop it here because there's not, it's just literally just going to be whatever I can do, hopefully the Rocket Money thing, and then whatever drawing bits, I suppose. And it sounds like my laundry's done, at least the first half. Yeah, I don't know, that's just kind of where I'm at. So we'll see. But yeah, next up is Aaanndd. Alright, so since I got that done, again, still at a standstill point, so probably next week is when we'll pick back up again with the garden stuff, I think is what's going to happen, which it does suck because it's 4 more days I'm going to have to wait. Obviously, that's my choice. Like, I could go out, because tomorrow, not really, because I got to do cleaning and go to the grocery store, because Sunday, I think we're watching Thunderbolts, I believe. So I won't be home till almost 10. So I'll be gone from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday, which that's going to suck. And then Monday, Tuesday, I have to work. I get there at 2. But Monday, I now have to meal prep my little bit of what I'm eating for the week. And I also don't really like going out on those days just because I just don't want to like feel rushed, especially with having to do my workout and everything. So I think for Monday, Tuesday, what's going to end up happening, because I just realized since it's now May, there's 2 things I need to get done now drawing-wise for June, which is I need to do my little summer hedgehog to go with Clover. I also would need to get that up in the store as quickly as possible. And then, so I would need to get it done with the designs and everything ready for June. And then I also want to participate in Junicorn a little bit with creating some little unicorns, which I have ideas for, so I also want to do that. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh shit. Because it was originally the next drawing, well, I was originally just going to be working on like Aaanndd and everything and getting him done, which his pencil's now completed, so he's done. I just gotta eventually put him on my tablet and do the little digital bits, but that is not a rush now anymore. Because now I'm working on his little cutesy, the secondary one, and then I still have the third one to do, which honestly shouldn't be that difficult. So now I'm like, well, we're going to put a hold on these. I might... Fuck. What do I want to do? Because I'm thinking... Shit. I guess maybe I could prep the canvas. I probably should, because I need to get those... the paintings and the drawing done. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do... I guess I could do something for Junicorn, I suppose. So I can make the drawings and the painting, and then I have to make their little designs to go with it and get those prepared, because now I'm like, shit, because now I gotta do all that. So I guess I'm gonna have to do that. So then the fall dragon will be put on hold for seasons, because that's who is next. So, and I haven't done a regular drawing like that in a very long time, so I was kind of wanting to. But now I'm like, I need to get these done before I do anything else, because now these, I have less than a month and they need to get done. Especially like if I start picking up on the garden stuff, which next week will be probably relatively heavy on the gardening stuff, at least for Wednesday. Because I'm like, if Monday, Tuesday, I can work on, I mean, obviously, like I said, the art video YouTube thing isn't that important, but I'm also like, I want to get that stuff up in the store so I can get both of those guys up. Because now I'm like, because I was waiting and now I'm like, oh damn it, I'm almost last minute. Like, I need to get this stuff done so they're both ready for to go up in June, and so I can get the designs up. So I got to do that so I can start mentioning the designs. So that's going to be a bit, and I have to get the products together. Okay, so I think that'll be the next focus, is them. So I guess let me go handle laundry, and then we'll come back so I can start sketching out what I need to. I mean, the Junicorn, I have an idea of what I would like to do. I almost want to do like 2 sets of them. So it'll be 4 total, but it's 2 sets. Because it's like they're going to be opposites. Is what I want to do, so now I got to figure that out. That's why I'm like, do I want to do a full-on drawing? But I'm like, I think it might be quite a... I think I now have an idea of what I want to do. See, some stuff just comes to me like instantly, and other things, like my garden business name, I don't fucking know. I have some ideas, but like nothing's like coming out, like standing out to me, so I don't know. But I'm gonna do that. And for the webtoons thing, I've now decided what I think I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna try, is I'm gonna try and do digital comics, but I'm gonna do my minis and get those up, I think. I'm gonna try them. Like, obviously, I've never really done digital before, so it's gonna be interesting. But I'm only doing it because they're relatively simple, so we'll see. But yeah, I guess let me do that, get my stuff, because I also need to paint the canvas. So I guess, yeah, let me do that, paint the canvas, and then we will start at least the sketching part. So I can get those videos going, because I'm literally going to be working on 4 things at once, because I got to make the 2 videos, and then their designs. And then I have to get designs done and uploaded. It's fine. You know what? Yeah, it's alright. I'm mostly like a little hedgehog thing, little seasons hogs, I'm gonna keep up with because I think they're adorable. The Junicorn thing, I just wanted to participate a little bit in Junicorn. I'm not doing the whole challenge thing because I've tried in the past and I lose interest, and like after a while it just becomes annoying. And I'm like, ugh. I know some people prepare in advance, but I'm not that special. Like, I know it's mermaid now. I'm not doing anything for the mermaids. I have a hippocampus. That's my mermaid. Oh my gosh. Sacrifice. It's not the sacrifice. It's whatever that word is. So I probably could repost that and just post a picture going, here's my contribution. That's the word. My mermaid contribution. And just be done. Alright, but yeah, let me get that stuff going and prepared so that way we can get into the sketching phase, because I'll sketch it out with you guys, because I might as well. Since nothing's really been going on, it's just talking. And I'll go from there. Okay, I have the canvas prepped now, but obviously I can't start painting until it dries, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. So these are the flowers I'm going to use for the little summer hog. So we have azaleas, daisies, and geraniums, just so they're a little bit different. I also have the colors because I'm doing the 3 colors again. So I think I'm going to call her Azalea. I think would be kind of nice. So, because the way she was she was on her back, which I think is a good idea because it's almost like you're sunning. So pretty much in it, like, I think I'll go with what I originally had. So it was almost like rolling hills back here, essentially. But then up close was, you know, flowers and such. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just so she's kind of just chilling on her back, and then yeah. So then we'll just have the flowers here and then rolling hills a little bit. Not completely, I'll probably do a little more focus on the flowers still, but I think for the most part, that's what it'll look like. And then, yeah, so I'll have to figure out the flower situation when I get there to start sketching. But, let's see. So for the extra designs, obviously the head, because I always do the head as part of the, just to kind of have it there as an option. Then I'll have to do her, you're about to fall. The secondary, which one do I want? I almost wonder if I could maybe kind of just have her chilling out, you know? Like she literally is just enjoying the sun. Kind of cooling off or something, I think would be fun. And have, because with Clover I had the flowers around him, so I think I'll do the same with her. So then we'll have the 3 flower types. So that's easy enough. So maybe we can do like a bunch of 3, 1, and then I did kind of like a bouquet, I think. And then for the really cutesy ones, so again, the head. So then we have this little blob, essentially is what's going to be happening. And then I also need to copy her pose, like the actual like painting pose. So I think is probably how she's gonna turn out, so let me grab a different pen. Okay, so for this one, this will be for Junicorn, is now what's gonna end up happening. So I guess the Junicorn is probably what'll start now, just because it's just drawing, and then I will have to deal with, and then maybe later on I can do the sketching at least to get for the painting, and then possibly Monday is when I'll actually start her painting. So the idea was kind of do like a nightmare. So then the opposite would be a light one. Then I almost want to do like a desert and then probably a snow. I thought would be kind of fun, so it was a little bit contrasty. So obviously the snow would look more, you know, be white. There's black, yellow, or I guess the light, you would have to be yellow. And then maybe a light brown kind of thing. Ugh, I have extra pen on me, that's what those are. So that's kind of the idea. So that's how I'm saying, like, it's like 2 sets, but it's like 4 unicorns, essentially. So the other thing though is that everyone would have to have their own individual. Oh, this is gonna be a lot. Ugh, it's fine. So obviously, I almost wonder if maybe these two I could almost have running. These two, let's see. So this would be the nightmare and the light one. So this one's got its head pointed down. He's more up. For these two, I almost want to have kind of this situation, just so they're like slightly different, but they're kind of still going against one another, maybe. I think might be kind of fun. I don't know, this is just my idea I had, that's why I'm like, ugh. But it's fine. So we'll have that. I think it'd be good for like their actual drawings. Because now I'm like, do I want to do, maybe later on I could do maybe like one big drawing of all of them together. But obviously I have to have all their heads. And then probably a singular pose, I think. Because I'm not going to do the cutesy designs with these, like, or with Azalea, like what I did with Clover. I just did like their regular designs, so I'm like, just did 5 plus the little elements. Same thing with here. So yeah, oh, what am I going to do with that? I mean, because I'm like, I kind of want to do them separate, but then maybe, because I can, like for Printify, I use a sticker sheet option, so maybe I could put all of them on like a sticker sheet together. I don't know how I want to do this. So then I would need, what other design? So I would need extra, I'll put minis and elements. So for him, it would be, you know, fire, dark, so the sun. And obviously I don't want to put water, obviously it doesn't make any sense. Ooh, I don't know. So then ice would be, you know, snowflake. And maybe a snowball-esque type thing. So sand, again, that's, or desert, that's sun. I don't even know. I'll have to think on those. And then, I wonder if I could make a flower after them. Because obviously, like, this could be the flower here is kind of more fire-based. So then you have these, so light, I guess actually you could do a sunflower with this type thing. Here. That's why I'm like, what kind of glacial situation? And obviously cactus for the desert. Okay, well that was a little easier. So we'll stick with that. So then a head for each. I almost maybe should try and just do like different view positions a little bit, because let me see if I can grab it without knocking all this other stuff over. I do have this little horse, so I could use the head. And plus the mouth is open, so I could use this just to try and get like different angles, I think. And then for the extra poses, this is gonna be the issue. Let's see. I feel like the nightmare could be running. You know, like I'll sprint. The light one, probably standing tall and pretty. The deserts, I actually might make the desert one rolling around. I think maybe just to give it like a bit of a humor factor. Because I'm thinking of like hot and cold, that's why I'm like desert and snow. What the fuck is happening? And the snow, maybe almost laying down like she's enjoying the like snowfall or something. So I could do that. And then I think for the minis, I might just do one of each. So I'll do one extra head. Oh, but then I want to do these. So minis, we'll do a head, extra, and then original. Whew, all right. So that's gonna be a lot. So we have this. So yeah, I'll have to wait, probably start this Monday. Like I can do the sketch Monday and then get her at least started painting, I think. And then I might go ahead and just start on these guys tonight because I'm making 2 separate drawings plus all these designs. Because I can actually start on her drawing like her extras immediately because I kind of know what she looks like. Like it's pretty simple, so I'm not worried about it. But they're definitely going to take me a bit, especially like doing these poses. So I think I'm going to do that. Because then obviously it'll kind of be like broken down where it'll have his side and then her side and then same thing. So that's why I'm like different positions. So these will probably end up being different videos. So they're literally going to be posted one right after the other. So I actually start making these the next 3 weeks videos to get them out before I do anything else. I'm not even going to do a comic page right now until I can get these done. And then I'll, well, because then, yeah, because it'll be a comic page after that since I'm doing 3 of these. And then we'll be able to do the seasons. But I just gotta get these done first. So let me start the official sketching of doing these and get these going. And then, because I also need to figure out what they're actually going to look like before I can sit here and do all this. Obviously, like the really mini ones, I can do whenever I want to. Those aren't difficult. But I got to get these decided first so I can work on this. Oof. It's all right. And then creating the products, that's going to be kind of a bitch because there's going to be a lot I have to do now, like way more. And then also if I want to do notebook stuff, but again, that's on the back burner too. Oh well. All right, let me just get working on these guys and hopefully get some good progress. Hi, so it's Tuesday. Not really much to talk about. Saturday, I didn't do anything. Not a surprise. Sunday, we watched Thunderbolts. Marvel's done better. And then I don't know, it's just because it's not the original cast anymore, so I'm like, I also don't know who some of these people are. Because either I have not watched the show, or I'm like, they're trying to replace people that were better, but I don't know. Yesterday, not a whole lot happened. I was working on one of my unicorns for the unicorn thing. So with that, what I decided was instead of doing 4 unicorns, because I'm like, that's too much, I'm just going to do 2. So I'm going to do like the original unicorn, but obviously my style. So she'll be mostly white, gray, and a light purple. So I guess kind of like a lilac color. So it'll be like this purple. I thought would be kind of nice just to keep her kind of light and everything like how she should be. And then I'm obviously doing the nightmare. So this is where I'm at. I'm actually using paint pens. That's what some of those lines are, like specifically on his body. So I just have a bunch of these. I was gonna do purple. The problem is I only have one. I think it's this one, light purple. But the problem is it does not work properly. So I was like, so I could still try to use this one, which is darker, and just add in some extra lines, I suppose. Like, that's why I have this purple out. So you can kind of see how I did it though with like the highlights. I'm not going like super crazy now with the highlights. I'll probably wait till I do pencil before I get into all that. So I'm working on that now. And then I decided that I would do this like a 2-part video. So she's still in like the light pencil phase. I haven't done much with her. I'll wait until I'm done with him and then I will do her. So that'll be his video will be this week. She'll be next week, and the week after will be my little will be Azalea, my little summer hog thing. And then the week after that, we'll get back into doing a comic page because that'll be time for a comic page. But then I also have to work on their little designs. That's why I'm like, I kind of need to get them done as quickly as possible is the other problem. Because I can get working on their designs because I also got to make the products, which that will take me a bit. However, now that everything's set up, I think I'm going to be fine. It should hopefully go a lot faster, but it's still like a lot I have to do because I'm doing 3 characters. So it's going to be a bit of a process, but it should be fine. That's kind of where we're at though, so nothing super crazy has happened. I guess I will show at least my plants. Oh, but with that, so I had an idea while I was at work today because for some reason I get a lot of ideas while I'm at work. I don't know if it's because I'm just that bored or what. But I thought it would be kind of cool that if I could get some props that I could decorate my porch in different ways with different flowers, whatever I can get my hands on, live flowers if possible. And like also, I also need air plants, so I could like decorate with air plants too. But I thought it would be fun to take different areas and like use props and different plants and decorate them certain ways with like different things and kind of just promote that, saying like here's different options that you can get, even using some of the same plants in different places. That was the idea I had. So I think I'm going to do that because I think that's actually kind of cool. And also just to kind of help me get content created kind of quickly. Especially while I'm still waiting for these plants to grow because I think this is week number 3 and we're still growing. So and like nothing's flowered yet or anything. So that's why I'm going to get my hands on some live flowers, like the mature flowers. And that way I can also go ahead and have their cuttings as well. I suppose, and probably their seeds. But I have to see what's available because I'm going to go to Walmart, Lowe's, and I don't know if there's a Home Depot near me. I'm going to assume there is. If there's a Lowe's near me, there's probably a Home Depot. But the problem is that Walmart and Lowe's are in opposite directions. Because there's a Walmart next to near the Lowe's, but the Walmart's very small. It's like a half-size Walmart. So I don't think it's going to have the flower stuff. Like, I mean, to be honest, this Walmart doesn't have a whole lot either. But I can hopefully at least get some gardening tools and whatnot. So that's why I'm like, I'll probably, and also just because of the props. So that's why I'm like, I kind of want to go there. I might go into the Dollar Tree and probably the Target too, because they're right across from Walmart in a different shopping center. Maybe see what Michael's has. So tomorrow is going to be a very store-heavy day. I'm not really one to record in the store because I'm like, I kind of want to like get in and out, like I want to focus. So probably when I come back, we'll do a little show and tell. That's what I'm kind of hoping is that I can get as much as possible tomorrow. I don't know if I'll get all the plants I need. Some of it I'm probably going to have to order online. Is going to be the biggest thing. So we'll see. But this is where we are. So these have started to grow like this. So I'm not sure what's going on. This one came off itself. So as you can see, we're now getting even more, more little growths. Like there's actually a growth. If this will focus for me, that would be fantastic. There's actually another little growth right there. So I'm also trying to move this one. So, because it's so big now, it's like blocking. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I want to get like twine. I might have to just to kind of help hold it up. Especially because of these guys down here. That's why I'm like, ugh. I just don't know what to do with it. Oh gosh. Alright, don't touch this one. So it might... Oh no. I'm destroying everything. I don't know what to do. Oh no. I don't want to like try not to rip it, but this is very annoying. Okay, we're just gonna hook it back over there. Okay, just because these need light off also, so that's how they're turning out. This one's doing pretty good. This one's still just a singular plant, but that's fine because he's getting more little petals. Or not petals, leaves. We're not flowering yet. This is just gonna dab, I don't know. Then there's this one, getting pretty big. So it's got the little baby one underneath. So this is, oh. Okay, there. Just so this one can still get some light because it's like this one's like overpowering it. And everybody else is kind of just doing what they do. Oh, this one's getting some little extra leaves too. This one's doing pretty good. All right. So it's mostly this one's just a problem, only in the fact that it's kind of overtaking everybody else, which I'm not a huge fan of, so I don't know what to do. Other than just not having have touched it in the first place, but here we are. We'll see. I mean, I'm only thinking because the tops still need... This is just... Okay, they're all still getting some type of something. But that's where we're at. So, still some progress, but that's kind of the plan. So yeah, so I do have some fruit, which I'm going to eat, and then pretty soon I take my shower and I'm going to leave for work. But I'll keep working on Nightmare until I can, for as long as possible. And then Wednesday I'll be going out. And hopefully coming back with some good stuff. But yeah, I just want the different props, like things that I think would be good. Like specifically lights, if I can get maybe a few lights or something. And then we'll see. Maybe I want like decorations and some pots and whatnot. So I'm like, I just need a couple different things. So that's what the goal will be tomorrow. But let me get back to that. Alright, so it's now Wednesday. It's almost 12, so I'll be getting some food soon. But what I decided today was, instead of going out, was I think today I will make kind of like the art store day as what I'm probably going to end up doing. So I'll work more on him throughout the day and just do little bits here and there for the art store, just improving what I guess I can try to. I don't really know. Try and do something. And then I will also do some little like admin tasks, and then also I need to make a list of things I actually need to get for the garden stuff. So I didn't do that yet, so I'm still gonna do that. So I'll be a little bit later. Like I have stuff written down, I just need to like actually make a list of it because it's all like spread out. So I'm gonna do that. So I'll wait tomorrow because I did see that there were actually several nurseries near me, which is fantastic. I didn't know that. So there is actually one that's like less than 2 miles away, which I think is the closest one. And based upon like pictures and videos, they have a whole lot of plant selection. So I'm like, that's perfect. So I'm not saying I have to get every single plant that I want, but I'm still going to try to get as many as possible, along with some props from stores. So that's probably what I'll end up doing tomorrow to make tomorrow kind of more of the garden day. But it's like, apparently today and tomorrow, there's supposed to be a semi-high chance of rain. Like it's like thunderstorms. So, and they're both in the late afternoon. So that's why I'm like, okay. So that's why we're staying in here today, so I can get some, because I definitely need to get him like done today if possible. That needs to be definitely a focus besides like computer stuff. And then, because I'm not even halfway done with him yet. Well, I guess I am, but even then I'm like, I still have a while to go. I've also messed him up, but we'll try to fix it, because like on his tail, I completely forgot that I was wanting to do yellow on the outside, and I completely forgot. So I'm like, you know what, when I go back in with the pencil, it'll lighten it up a little bit, but I'll have to see what I can do. If not, it'll be a tad bit darker than what it's supposed to be, but it's not the biggest problem. But I don't know. So that was kind of the idea. And then Friday, I'll have to see what happens Friday. I don't really know yet. To be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing today or tomorrow. Like, I have some stuff written down, but nothing's like concrete. There's some stuff on my to-do list I'll work on. And then, yeah, tomorrow will just be mostly like a store focus, and then we'll see what I do when I come home. Because I haven't quite decided, especially because now I can't like even like rearrange the porch or anything. So depending on what I do, I might have to get some stuff ready. Or I think what I'll do tomorrow when I come home, depending on what I have, is I'll make notes of what I could probably start doing as like props and whatnot, and getting like designs together and stuff, and then maybe some other stuff. I think is what I'll do, just start getting that focus, because I think once I figure out my name, which I still have not, I'm stuck on one of them, but I still have to make sure that it's actually available for me to take. Then I can probably start doing some posts with like the hydroponics garden and just start making that video go up and whatnot, and just start getting like some stuff created and get some social media profiles created for that. So I gotta do that too. So that's kind of where I'm at. So we're making progress. It's just obviously like I gotta do more, but it's fine. I'm getting somewhere. But yeah, because right now my laptop's charging. It's also tomorrow. I also like I gotta wash my hair, but I also want to like actually like look like a decent person tomorrow, because most of the clothing I wear nowadays, because I'm also procrastinating because I hate driving. Like I don't want to drive. So, but my clothes I wear are either pajamas, workout clothes, or work clothes. I don't wear like normal clothes anymore just because it's like I don't go out. So I'm like, I probably, because normally if I do go out, it's like right after I'm done with my workout and I haven't taken my shower yet. So I'll just go out in whatever I'm wearing. So now I'm like, well, now I kind of want to look decent tomorrow. So I'm like, well, if I get up early enough, go ahead and just go, because the nursery opens up at 8:30, which is perfect. I think everything else I want opens up at 9. So I'm like, okay, that's not terrible. Because I'm going to go do all the stores and then go to the nursery, so the plants are not in the car that long, just because it is still hot. Like, we're talking like, 80, 90 degrees here in Florida, which I'm not complaining at all. It's awesome. But I don't want to, like, kill the plants. So I got to bring them all inside. Or keep them outside. Is the other problem is I also have to get some type of tier system, because I got to put the plants on there to scooch them up as close to the railing as possible, so they can get as much sun as possible. So that's the other problem I'm having, but that's kind of what I figured I would do. I also have this window. The other problem is if I'm not home, obviously I can't keep the window open, and I have to open up the entire window. I can't just do certain sections. So that's like the whole other issue with this. So that's why I'm also like, what am I gonna do when I can't have these windows open? So it's kind of a problem, but it's fine. So that's kind of my plan for today. But yeah, I didn't get very far with him. Like, that's literally all I was able to get done. Like, yeah, that's all I got done. So I came home and did his head last night, and that was it. So as you can see, I still have quite a bit to do. And I think what I'll do, like all those little dots and whatnot, are supposed to be kind of like embers flying, is what I was attempting to do. So I think when I get done with these markers, I'll probably go back in with the pens and redo them a little bit. But I think also when I do my digital portion, I'm also going to do them again and probably make them maybe a little bit thicker, since I have more control over how big the brush is. That was the idea. But as soon as I get done with him, I need to start on the actual unicorn to get her done. So I did post about this. I said, since I have my contribution for mermaid with my hippocampus, I'm like, now I'm working on my unicorn. And then I still got to work on my little azalea summer hedgehog. But that won't be done until after. And even then, I still got to do all their designs. And I have to get stuff prepped. So I was wanting everything to go up June 1st. But I don't think that's... Like, as long as it goes up sometime in June, I don't really care. But that's what I was wanting to do. But I also got to make everything too. And do that and whatnot on top of all this other stuff. But I'm like, the main focus right now needs to be them. And then we can go from there. Because I also got to do the mini stuff and whatnot. I also want to look at the webtoons thing. See if I can just turn the comics I have into webtoons without changing my style, like doing digital, since I already have them done. So I also got to test that out, make an account, and see how that works. Because if I can literally just post them how I have them posted, it's great. If not, then I'll have to at least maybe like redo the words if need be, which that's easy enough to do. Like, I know how to do that. So that just might be what I have to do. But I think everything else should be pretty okay. but I'll have to see when I get there. So do I actually want to attempt that at some point? Yes, but we'll have to see what I'll actually get done today too, because I might end up doing some other stuff. And the webtoons thing might wait because it's not a huge priority. Would I like to do it eventually? Yes. But I also need to refilm my comic post, because what I want to do is I want to do a quick little video of me just kind of going through the different panels and then do a carousel of the different panels and just kind of do it that way, just put it together on my Instagram comic page. But then actually for the webtoons, I'm going to have to figure out how they want it done to get it posted. So it's a whole thing. So I gotta do that at some point. I also gotta work on business cards. Not that I have any sales, but I'm like, if I ever do get any, I need to kind of have stuff prepared. I'm not sending off for anything, because I'll probably just use Vistaprint for now, between the business cards and my little prints that I want to do. So I'm just going to... What was I saying? I'm just going to get them ready, so that way if I do get orders, I can hurry up, get them sent off, and get them in within a couple days, is what I'm hoping for. That's the intention. So, but obviously I'm not going to pay for that stuff if there's nothing coming through, because there's no point in me spending money on that for something. That's kind of my thought process. So I still got to do those, which I was working on a little bit this weekend, or last weekend, so I might go back and do it again this weekend to give myself something to do, I think. Yeah. Because I still have to get them all set up, which I know how I'm going to do. So I do business cards and thank you cards. So I'm doing 5 total. Well, I'm doing 1 set of business card, but I'm doing 5 different thank you cards. So kind of like collector's cards. So that way like each back has like a different character on it of mine. But then I'll add on more characters over time. So I do that too. I don't know. The problem is most of it's just art related, because that's what I actually have up. But then the garden stuff, it's like I'm having to wait until I can get things going. So that's why I'm like, probably today will be art store related for the most part. Tomorrow, we'll see. Friday, again, we'll see what I end up doing. But at least with the garden stuff tomorrow, I can at least go to the store, get stuff in, and kind of go from there. And that way I can make like the different porch options I want to do. And then that way I can kind of get stuff prepared for video stuff, because I gotta make that list of what do I want with what, to explain what this is and whatnot. So, and then probably like do a time lapse of putting it all together, before and after photos. So I've got to do a whole bunch of stuff. I wouldn't mind making like a little pond. So I'm almost wondering if I get some kind of like tin. I would have to fill it up though, so I might have to use a tub. I think would be kind of fun. I don't know. I'll have to see how far I actually want to go with that. But that was an idea. Because I would have to get water plants, that was the other problem. So I don't know if they have any like lilies and whatnot that I would have to get. So that's the other problem. I don't know. It's just, that's why I'm like, it's a whole bunch of stuff. I can also wait on doing the pond later when I actually get to the plant place and see what they actually have, and then go from there. But that's where I'm at right now. So not a whole lot, but enough. But let me get back to working on him for now. And then if there's any more developments or if I make good progress, I'll be back. Alright, so it's a little bit later now. So earlier, I kind of did a little bit more than I thought I was going to. But on the store, I had this idea to, I have these shirt sayings, phrases I suppose, that I was like, oh, what if I turn these into like cups and, or mugs and can coolers, like the can sleeves. So I actually did that. So it took a few minutes, but I was also like, oh yeah, I also got I have to do some shipping rates, and then get in the collections and do some like little bits of information on them for like tags and whatnot, and like a slight description. So I did all that. I got it all published, so that's all good to go. So I'm thinking probably tomorrow I will make a video about it, just kind of showing like, oh yeah, we have these shirts and we have these fun little things. And obviously there is more that I actually want to do. Like I have an idea for a few more, which I'll do at some other point, I suppose. I could do it for this because they're really simple to do. They're not difficult at all. And that way I already have the color and the font will be all the same. So it actually kind of worked to make it more cohesive. Because it's just like black items with green lettering is all I'm doing. Just because I'm kind of match what I do. So I got that done. So those are good to go. So I'll just make that announcement tomorrow. Drawing wise, so I've been working on Nightmare. So all of down here, except for a little bit in the corner back here, I have all done with pencil. So I still have to do him and the top background. So he's almost done, so I'll work on him some more tonight. And then possibly start the unicorn, because I'm only doing this because I was like, most of what I have to do is I got to do on the tablet because of what it involves. So I'm like, oh, okay. My tablet's charging, so I'm thinking that probably when the tablet gets done, then I might switch over to doing tablet stuff, I think, just to start working on all that because I need to. And then probably after I'll just get back to working on him. But yeah, again, it's because it's the business cards. It's like banners that I also need to do because I need to update banners on the social media and some other stuff, I think. So I'm like, okay, so I gotta do all that. So that's gonna be a mess. So that's why I was like, let me just work on this for now, which is what I'm doing. So, I mean, it's not bad, but it's also like, I don't do lighting necessarily. So, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I think once I can get him completely done, it actually might look a lot better than what it does now, says what I'm hoping for. But again, the background, I'm not really worried about it if it's like pushed back more. I'm worried about him being up front. So I'll have to see how that goes. I'll probably still do some outlining later on, but for the most part, I'm actually worried about the nightmare than I am the background. It's just because I don't do lighting that much, so I'm like, I'm slowly trying to do it like here and there, so it's just kind of weird for me. I don't even really know what I was doing with this, but we just kind of went with it. And here we are. So I gotta get this done so I can get the video together tomorrow so I can prepare for Friday. If I can at least get it done tomorrow and like get the video put together, then I can do the voiceover Friday morning, which isn't a problem. I can get it uploaded. It's super easy. Because I still have to do my little intro for it, where on my vids, I kind of just show the sketch and then I kind of flip it and then I show like the final drawing of like returning this into this kind of thing. So, but I have to wait and do that whenever I'm done with him. Several. What is that? Sounds like a frog or something. But, so I can't even do that until I get done with this. But that's kind of where we're at. So making pretty decent progress. But yeah, so pretty soon I will switch over so I can do tablet stuff. And then we'll go from there. So that's kind of my plan at the moment. Try and get what I can done with that. I'll have to look at my to-do list to exactly see what I'm needing to do, but there's definitely a couple things. And like for this vlog, I still gotta do thumbnails, so I'll work on that here in a couple minutes. And just all that stuff to get that done and prepared. So, got a little bit going on, but that's gonna be pretty much it. So it's just that stuff tonight. How entertaining is it gonna be to watch? I don't know. But maybe later on I'll show a little bit of it. But with that, I'm just going to end it here because not much else is going to happen. And that way, starting with the next vlog, will be hopefully getting garden stuff. Because I have my list. So that way I can bring it with me to check stuff off. And hopefully just get, not everything, but at least some of what I need to at least get started. And then I can always add on later on. That's what we'll be doing tomorrow. So with that, I'm gonna end it here. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.